Captain's log, supplemental. We've arrived on the moon of Kreet to deal with the continuing Crimson Fleet threat to our current mission of transporting the artifacts to the lodge in the city of New Atlantis on the planets of Jemison.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
Greetings, my intrepid crew. I'm your captain, BobCheeseLord69, and welcome to my 5th video in my playthrough of Starfield.
Be careful, Captain. Alien creatures are often unpredictable.
Before we head inside the facility, it is important to loot the area outside and continue the practice of taking everything that is not bolted down. Since this will be more of a looting video, I think it's a good time to discuss the goods and bad points of my first impression of Starfield so far.
The Crimson Fleet is a confederation of smaller, independent pirate crews, all flying under the same banner. They are typically unscrupulous and violent.
To start, I would like to discuss the character creator. Though it has many new features which are an upgrade over previous Bethesda character creators, alas, it still falls short, as it is only capable of producing a flat-bottomed, flat-chested female character with no real curves.
You have picked up too much matter and become over-encumbered.
It's a prime example of the DEI measures that players despise so very much. I would question how it is in any way diverse or inclusive to have a character creator that excludes the ability to create round-rumped, large-chested female characters with shapely curves when full character creators like the ones in other games allow for the creation of female characters with any body type, including ones like the female you see before you. Next, I would like to discuss the game's intro, and sadly, this is another minus, as Starfield's intro falls badly short of other Bethesda titles like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Fallout 4 and Skyrim in particular do an excellent job of introducing me to the story and getting me quickly to some kind of home base with fully fights, manageable combat. Starfield's intro, on the other hand, lags on and on and on and on and on and on and on, pushing me through heavy combat and major excursions, forcing me to carry every accumulated item and become hopelessly over-encumbered. Also, as I stated in my previous video, Starfield provides only a rushed, severely lacking spaceflight tutorial before dropping me into a space combat situation with no idea what I'm doing. Next, I would like to discuss the amazing Bethesda features in Starfield, and this will have both good and bad points, as Starfield improves on some things but falls short in other ways. One of these ways is in the category of looting. Not only does Starfield fail to provide meaningful loot, but it's missing a key Bethesda feature. While both Fallout and Elder Scrolls allow you to completely strip everything from the corpses of your enemies and leave them lying naked on the ground, Starfield does not allow this, and only allows you to take a few items from the enemies you kill. One thing that addresses this is a delightful mod called Universal Looting. Bethesda could fix Starfield's looting problems by simply making this mod achievement friendly. Do this, Bethesda, and bring a gay Bethesda feature to Starfield.
Curious. These are United Colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
Another feature I would like to discuss is that of carryway management, and this is one way in which Starfield actually improves the formula. While both Fallout and Elder Scrolls force the over-incumbent player to slowly plod along through the landscape at an absolute snail's pace, Starfield introduces a system of oxygen that depletes if the player moves
The
too
enemy
quickly
is approaching.
and allows the player to safely move at a light jogging pace. Additionally, Starfield allows the player to transfer carried items to the ship. However, Starfield's improved carryway management is hampered by the fact that the game's laggy intro forces the player to carry far too much for far too long. Another feature is that of the game's combat, and this is another one in which Starfield improves on some things but unimproves other things. Elder Scrolls melee combat is fluid and satisfying and allows the player to feel powerful, striking down enemies.
Your
with
spinal
ease.
health will be
And
compromised
Skyrim
by
in
carrying
particular
so many items.
even introduces smithing to make melee weapons even more powerful. However, the game's archery for ranged combat functions very poorly. Fallout's melee combat is extremely lackluster, but the game has a robust system of firearms combat in which guns are very powerful, and Fallout 4 even introduces weapons engineering to make the game's guns all the more devastating. Starfield's combat functions very similarly to that of Fallout 4, with a wide array of powerful weapons and weapon engineering to make them truly godly. And while Starfield's melee combat is a step up from that of Fallout 4, it still fails in comparison to that of Elder Scrolls, and only Elder Scrolls allows the player to dual wield melee weapons. Please, Bethesda, put this feature in more of your games. Another key Bethesda feature is that of clothing and armor customization, and it's one in which Elder Scrolls is truly the High King. While Elder Scrolls does not allow for the wearing of clothing and armor at the same time, it does allow the mixing and matching of body apparel and armor gear-ups with various gloves, boots, jewelry, hats, and helmets. And Elder Scrolls Oblivion even allows for modular tops and bottoms with armor and clothing. While Fallout 4 allows for the wearing of clothing and armor at the same time, Fallout forces the player to wear body apparel with gloves and boots, all as one item. And while Fallout 4 takes a page from Elder Scrolls book with more modular armor, when certain kinds of armor are worn with certain types of apparel, conflicts are caused. However, the player can use this to his or her advantage for certain purposes. If Elder Scrolls is the High King of clothing and armor customization, then Starfield is the Colchester. While Starfield allows for the unrestricted wearing of clothing and armor at the same time, it follows Fallout's model for clothing and armor has only 3 pieces, including the full spacesuit with only the additional helmet and boost bag.
The hell's going on here? Yeah?
Well, that will just about be the end of the video. So, for now, thank you for watching. Like, comment, like, share, subscribe. I hope you were infotained. Tell Ash Dixon how not boring this was. Game with the reboot. Let's make Saints Row 5, and I'll see you on the next video. Kitty boy.